My name's Pat Larson. I currently live in Chicago, grew up in Southern California. Currently, I'm a software entrepreneur. Before that, I was an investment banker and a Navy helicopter pilot. So, I guess always a bit of a malcontent. In grade school or whatever, I'd never do the homework because it was obviously pointless to study grammar or something. I'll go study airplanes or dinosaurs in depth, but memorizing state capitals or grammar, forget it. And then I got into the Air Force Academy, and I went there for undergrad, and I was a malcontent there. I did well. I finished first my major. I'm going to transition from the Navy, so I get myself into University of Chicago, which is top business school. I do really well there. And I get myself into investment banking with no internship. I just do like a bunch of hustle and secure a $250,000 a year starting job. And I just kind of know I'm going to hate it before I get in there. And then while I'm in there, I hate it, and I'm out after 9 months. But so as I worked through everything, and I said, here are my fears: my fear of failure, my fear of letting down myself and my family, the fear of not living up to my potential, the fear of wasting my time now and sabotaging my kids' careers because I'm not in a responsible job right now and making money. And if I fail, if I try to start a business and I fail and I go into corporate America and I'll hate it, and am I just going to be one of those people who never could make it work and who just stays in corporate America completely unhappy for 20 or 30 years? Or maybe I try to get into government because I have prior military experience. Is that going to be my life? Is that what failure will be? And then I built it out to, and I let myself feel it, right? I sat there and I let just the acid around my heart, just bathed in acid. And I let myself feel it, and I let itself fade. And, I was like, okay, I'm here still, right? The fear faded away, but I'm here. Pat's not a failure. Failure might happen to me in the future, but I am not the failure. If I don't quit, I cannot fail. That's who I am now. I am a success. That's Pat. A rock is a rock, a wolf is a wolf, a bird is a bird. Pat is Pat, and Pat's going to succeed. And I did that with every single other fear I had, and it was 5 or 10 down the list. So I didn't really. So as soon as I was done with that piece of paper, and I was just like, oh, I feel light, I feel good, and I'm done with the module, and I love Rob Scott now. I need to figure out a way to be friends with him. And then I just went and took a shower, and 10 seconds into the shower, an entire inspiring business popped into my head around homeschooling, and it was everything. I can tell you, before that moment of clarity on that homeschooling business, I could tell you what I'd been looking at the last couple weeks or months and all the conversations I'd had. But after that moment of clarity, I can trace everything back. This component of the idea comes from here, here, here. This component of the idea was from this phone conversation, and I said stuff in that phone conversation from this blog post and this TED Talk, and it was everything. I was I knew what the UI would look like. I knew what the interaction would have to be with the parents and the kids. I knew where the courses would come from. I knew where the curriculum would come from. I knew how people would share it, how people would use it. Yeah, all the puzzle pieces were jumbled, and they're just boom, image, right? And or your phone's out of focus, and then the autofocus camera goes shoop, and you're just whoa, that's clear. That's what happened. And now there's no fear that being a success, but. So for me, you were just that last little nudge that just started an avalanche. You were the last snowflake. It'd been snowing for a long time, but you're just the whoop 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 boom. But I thought your content was 3 or 4 times I've said hey, module 214 identity shift. Wait till you get to it. Hold on to your fucking hat, or do your work, prepare for it, give yourself some time, and then when it comes, just be ready for it. Rob, man, I meant it. Best day of my life. Every day since Sunday, 24th November 2013 has been the best day of my life. Thank you.